Imitation. Some would say it's the most honest form of flattery. But when can you argue? When does it go too far? Technoblade, a very well loved, popular Minecraft YouTuber that unfortunately passed away a couple years back. He was very beloved. But there is a recent epidemic going on where people will grab YouTubers, old YouTubers that people loved, and make a Larp version of them. If you don't know what Larp means, it basically means knowing something without knowing something and pretending to know. It's more of a joke now saying that word, if anything. But recently there's been a example of that with Markiplier. There is a channel called Larpiplier where he is a copy of the old Markiplier, the very eccentric, up. If you knew the old Markiplier, he'd be very energetic and all that. They take the old nostalgia and try to recreate it for a more newer audience later down the line. So, someone decided to do Technoblade and called himself Techno Larp. Now, there's been a lot of mixed opinions going on about it, such as, well, he passed away and he's doing this for money and all that. Or there is the other half where they are saying this is a form of imitation. He's not doing this for money. He's not monetized yet. He asked his community if he should donate it all to charity or not, and all that. He is asking permission to do this. He almost sounds like him. He has taken his avatar and tweaked it a little bit. So people are kind of on the fence about it. One side is, well, he's just imitating him. That's fine, as long as he's not profiting and all that from it. And then there's the other half that says, well, you're disrespecting Technoblade by taking his likeness, sounding like him and all that. And even his father, Technoblade's father, had something to say about this.
Technodad commented, saying, I've been avoiding addressing this for a while now. I just don't know how to react to this. I mean, it's certainly flattering to Techno, but like, what am I supposed to do? I will say that Technolarp has reached out to me on a few occasions to get my take on things, and I've been putting that off for a while. I just don't know what to say to him. Which, yeah, that's completely understandable. It's a very unique situation, and this is something that I spoke about on my interview with Technolarp. Lately, I've been feeling very much like I just want to hide in my room and work on my scripts and space visualization software. Some days I don't go outside. It's very peaceful, and I really haven't had enough peace in my life. I feel a little guilty for how I've kind of disappeared from the community, but I know I'll come back at some point. Anyway, my response is inconclusive. I'm still ruminating on the whole thing.
So a YouTuber named Slop M Mall, I butchered that probably, my apologies, but he did an interview with Technolarp where they go into the whole detail about the whole situation, such as, well, why are you doing it and all that. And in his own words, he says it is for the people that miss the old Technoblade and want something kind of like that. He is not copying him one for one, of course, but it is very, I wouldn't say concerning, but it is very noticeable when you hear him. If you hear Technoblade and hear him, it's like night and day. They sound very, very alike. So he goes on about how this is for, the old people and all that, and that he doesn't get monetized for this. He ran a poll saying, should he donate all this to charity? Should he do 77% of charity and all that? Like a 75 split, a 50 split, 25 split. And people actually say he should do 50-50. Because he does not get paid for this channel. But he does run a private server where he makes his videos, which costs money. And the only reason why he did that poll is because he kind of needs money to run the channel. If he doesn't have money, he said in his own words, he would probably stop doing this. He has also talked to Technoblade's father about the whole situation by telling a moderator to tell him the whole situation. And like the dad said, he's not sure. This is all a very, touchy subject for him. He sounds like his son. He, is basically doing everything his son did on his YouTube channel, Minecraft and all that. So it's a very touchy subject. If anything, it might just remind him of his son. Imagine if they had to do a collab together, and you basically have to hear somebody that sounds like your passed away son for like 3 to 2 hours. It's a very, again, touchy subject because even he doesn't know, is this a form of flattery or is it not? Because Technoblade was beloved, and it really shows that his community stayed there even to this day, because they are saying, well, he should just stop doing this, it's very disrespectful. And he also collabed with one of his hiccup, he also collabed with one of his old friends. I believe his name is Skippy, and they do a video together, and it's very strange because Skippy, every time he tries to call him, like when they're collabing and all that, he sounds like he's about to say techno, but then he stops himself. So, you know, that is probably bringing up old memories and all that. Having to play with somebody that sounds like your dead friend, that looks like him in game. Again, very touchy thing. But he, in his own words, will shut down the channel if if Technoblade's father ever asked him to.
Sent to him, just me explaining what LARPing is to him. Asked if I could continue, and I haven't got a response back yet, but that's okay. I'm giving him time. He's probably busy. It is that time of Technoblade's birthday and everything.
Yeah. And I mean, that is really like the make or break for the whole LARP, right? Is if he says that's completely fine, I mean, no one else can really say anything about it, right? If, Technoblade's family is completely fine with that, Technoblade's dad's okay with that, I mean, that is no one else's business at that point. But I mean, I'm assuming, because I mean, you've been really respectful about it so far, if Technoblade's dad was completely uncomfortable with this or didn't like it or wanted you to stop.
Yeah, if he wanted me to stop, like if he said delete the channel, I'd delete the channel, no questions. If he just said stop, like doing Technoblade impersonation type things, I mean, I'm not trying to replace him, by the way. A lot of people think I'm trying to replace him. That's not true.
Well, I mean, you can't do that a lot, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, you could have that critique for every content creator, especially some of the other ones that they're trying to replace them in some way, shape, or form. But I mean, that's the whole gimmick: is that you're trying to replicate them to a certain extent, but you're not there.
But if he was just like, take off the skin, the profile picture, take techno out of the name, I'd be like, all right, I'll just rebrand. I wanted to be a Minecraft YouTuber anyways. I could just rebrand.
So it seems, in his own words, that he is being respectful about the whole thing. He is trying not to anger people. He is not trying to copy Technoblade. He is just trying to be him while using a little bit of his flair. It's kind of like when people impersonate Elvis, when they do those musical things, or Michael Jackson. They are obviously not trying to be that person. They are just imitating them to put on a show, to entertain people. So it really is a mixed bag. On one side, again, is imitation of someone passing, is it a good thing? Depending on the way they do it. He is not monetized, and he wants to donate most of his money to charity while potentially using the other half to run the channel. It seems like he doesn't really gain much from this other than to entertain people. But the other half says, like Techno Dad, he is unsure about the whole thing. Again, he sounds like his dead son. It can be pretty uncomfortable. People are saying he shouldn't have collabed with Skippy, his Technoblade's passed away friend. Out of all the people he could have collabed with, he collabed with him. It could potentially be awkward, which it seems like it kind of was. So it is definitely a mixed bag, but it will ultimately be decided by the end on what TechnoLarp and TechnoDad decide to do. If he tells them to delete his channel, then he might possibly delete it. But we shall see what happens. Again, imitation is the most honest form of flattery, but when does it go too far? But I think that's about it. Take care.